Most people don't realize the moment it begins. There's no warning, no clear signal, no obvious mistake. It feels normal. You see something you want, you take your card, you pay, and you walk away. Nothing feels wrong. In fact, it feels good. It feels easy, smooth, effortless, like you just made your life better. But in that exact moment, something invisible happens. You don't lose money, you lose time. Because when you use a credit card, you're not paying, you're postponing. Most people don't realize the moment it begins. There's no warning, no clear signal, no obvious mistake. It feels normal. You see something you want, you take your card, you pay, and you walk away. Nothing feels wrong. In fact, it feels good. It feels easy, smooth, effortless, like you just made your life better. But in that exact moment, something invisible happens. You don't lose money, you lose time. Because when you use a credit card, you're not paying, you're postponing.
You're taking a present decision and attaching it to your future, and that's where the trap begins. The system is designed to feel comfortable. You don't feel the cost immediately. There's no pain, no friction, no resistance. You don't see your balance drop. You don't feel like you spent anything. And that's exactly why it works, because your brain doesn't register it as a loss. It registers it as access, and access feels like power. You can have what you want now, without waiting, without saving, without thinking too much. And once you experience that, it becomes normal. You start using it again, and again, and again. Not because you're irresponsible, but because it works. It solves problems instantly. You need something? You buy it. You want something? You buy it. No delay.
No effort, just action. But here's what you don't see. Every time you swipe, you're creating a small obligation. Individually, it feels insignificant, but together, they begin to accumulate. Not dramatically, not all at once, but quietly, slowly, consistently.
At first, everything feels under control. Then the first bill arrives. You open it. You look at the number, and it doesn't feel scary. It feels manageable. And that's intentional, because the system is not built to shock you. It's built to keep you comfortable. So you respond the way most people do. You don't ignore it. You don't panic. You choose the middle option, the minimum payment. And this is where the real trap begins. Because minimum payments are not designed to help you escape. They are designed to keep you inside. Most of what you pay goes to interest, not to your actual debt, which means your balance barely moves. You feel like you're making progress, but mathematically, you're not. Time continues. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and your life moves forward. But your debt stays. Because it's not tied to your actions anymore. It's tied to time. And time, in this system, is expensive. Then something completely normal happens. You need something again. A new expense, a new situation, a new reason. And because you already have access, you use it again. This is how the cycle forms. Not from one big mistake, but from many small, reasonable decisions. Each one justified, each one logical, each one easy. And slowly, those decisions start stacking. Now you're not dealing with one payment. You're dealing with several. A card, maybe another one, maybe a loan. Individually, they feel small, but together, they create pressure. You start to feel it, not as panic, but as limitation.
You notice your money disappears faster. You notice your margin shrinking. You notice that your income doesn't stretch as far as it used to. And that's when things begin to change. You go to work. You earn money. You put in effort, time, energy, focus. And for a moment, it feels productive. It feels like progress. But then your income arrives, and something strange happens. It doesn't stay. It moves. Bills, payments, interest, subscriptions, debt.
Before you even make a decision, a part of your money is already gone. If you could see it clearly, it would look like a system of flows. Money comes in and immediately splits. Some of it stays, but a large part leaves automatically. And that's when the question appears, where did it go? You worked, you earned, you did everything right, and yet you don't feel ahead. That's not because you don't earn enough, it's because your system is already structured against you. Because your money is not moving forward, it's moving backward, into the past, into decisions you already made. And this is where most people get stuck. They think the solution is more income, but more income without control creates more spending, more credit, more debt. The real problem is not how much you earn, it's how your money flows. So the real solution is not more, it's structure.
And that begins with awareness. At some point, you stop and you look at everything. Not one bill, not one payment, but all of it together. And for the first time, you see it clearly. This is not random. This is a system that was built one decision at a time. And once you see it, you can change it. You begin organizing, separating, prioritizing. What costs the most? What can be eliminated first? What is unnecessary? And suddenly, what felt overwhelming becomes structured. You create a simple plan, not perfect, not complex, just clear. And then you act. Your first intentional payment feels different because it is different. You are not reacting. You are choosing. Then you go further. You add something extra, even a small amount. And that's where everything shifts, because extra payments go directly to your debt, not to interest. And for the first time, you see real progress. Not activity, not movement, but actual reduction.
And that changes how you feel, because progress creates motivation, and motivation creates consistency. Now your behavior changes. You pause before buying. You think before swiping. You ask yourself one question: is this worth delaying my freedom? And sometimes you choose differently. You remove small expenses, subscriptions, impulse purchases, unnecessary costs. And something interesting happens. Your money starts staying. Instead of disappearing, it accumulates. And that creates control. Your system becomes lighter, more efficient, more predictable. The pressure begins to fade. You are no longer reacting. You are operating. And that's where the real shift happens. The system flips. Instead of working against you, it starts working for you. Your debt shrinks faster. Less debt means less interest. Less interest means more progress. More progress means more motivation. And that cycle builds momentum. You eliminate your first debt. And that moment matters because it proves something. It proves that this works. And once you see that, You don't stop. You continue. You stay consistent. You build structure. You make intentional decisions. And everything accelerates. Until one day, you reach the final stage, the last payment. No drama, no emotion, just a decision. And then it's gone, completely. No balance, no obligation, no continuation, just zero. And what replaces it is not just financial relief. It's mental clarity, space, calm, because the pressure that was always there, it's gone. Now your money is yours, fully yours.
It doesn't leave automatically. It doesn't get divided before you use it. It stays. And now, you decide. You save, and it grows. You invest, and it builds. You plan, and it works. Your life becomes simpler, more stable, more intentional. You move forward without resistance. You make decisions with clarity. You see your future without pressure. And most importantly, you are no longer controlled by your past. You are building your future. And that is what breaking the credit card trap really means. Not avoiding credit, not fearing money, but understanding the system before it controls you.